Hello students. Hello
Good
students.
morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Just 1 minute. Good morning. Hello. मी बोलतो. बोला बोला. केलो ना पाठवून दिलं. तेच फॉर्मेट आहे ना मॅडम. एक्सपिरियन्स कुठे लिहिलं मॅडम मी कुठे एक्सपिरियन्स लिहिलं तुम्ही बघा. नाही नाही मॅडम आमचं नॅशनल इन्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ मॅनेजमेंट सायन्स चिंचवड NIMS. नाही नॅशनल इन्स्टिट्यूट मॅनेजमेंट सायन्स आहे मॅडम. एकच मिनिट. हॅलो. हं हं. येस येस. हॅलो मॅडम मी तुम्हाला पाठवलं आहे तो मेल ID पण सांगू तुम्हाला. मी तुम्हाला पाठवतो. नाही मी तुमचं ते कसं केलं माहिती आहे का. फर्स्ट सेमिस्टरपासून ते फोर्थ सेमिस्टर सर्व सब्जेक्ट टाकले आणि सर्वांची नावं टाकलेत फॅकल्टीचे. बरं तरी तुम्हाला मी सांगतो. बरं ठीक आहे बघा तुम्ही. 62263 62263 263. आता बघा तुम्हाला मी NIMS काउन्सिलर्स म्हणून टाकले होते. टोटल 6. प्रोग्राम नेम तर तिथे काही टाकता येत नव्हतं आम्हाला. प्रोग्राम नेम MBA आहे आमचं. प्रोग्राम नेम ऑफ प्रोग्राम MBA आहे. ठीक आहे. Hello. Hello students.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just 1 minute. We are going to start our session. Okay, personal financial planning that we are going to cover today. Okay, this and we try to complete the chapter, and then I will start with the new chapters as I have mentioned already. Okay, just to give me a second. Just 1 minute. Hello students. All of you are able to hear me? Hello.
Yes.
Okay, just 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
My screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, today we have to see the cryptocurrency. The cryptocurrency, all of you are aware, nowadays it is in demand. many of the investors investing in cryptocurrencies. Okay, cryptocurrencies, like I have already told you, like many investors were investing in the cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency or a crypto is a digital asset designed to work as a medium of exchange wherein individual coin ownership records are sorted in a ledger existing, okay, in the form of computerized database using strong cryptography to secure transaction records, to control the creation of additional coins, and to verify the transfer of coin ownership. Okay, cryptocurrency, it is a digital form of digital currency which may be used, okay, just like a physical currency, as a mention of as a medium of exchange. Okay, like cryptocurrency, it is just a electronic form of currency, okay, digital currency you can say, okay, digital currency. With a view, like cryptocurrency exchanges allow customer to trade cryptocurrencies for other asset, or to trade between different digital currencies. Okay, you can do a digital transactions. Okay, cryptocurrencies, being a king of digital currencies, have no physical presence. Mostly they are used during online transaction, although they may be used during in-personal transaction also with a crypto counterparty who is compared to accept them. Okay, who are going to accept them. The cryptocurrency means it is just a digital currency. We are doing a buying and selling of a digital currency. Okay, like again I will tell you, cryptocurrency, it is a digital form of asset designed to medium of exchange wherein individual can transfer the ownership, okay, stored in a ledger, okay, and it is a computerized database. Okay, strong cryptography to secure transactions are recorded. Okay, this is a just a electronic form or digital form of currencies, cryptocurrencies. Okay, cryptocurrencies, like a large number of cryptocurrencies are used throughout the globe. The most common among them being a most common cryptocurrency is Bitcoin. Okay, all of you are heard the name Bitcoin. Is now it is giving good returns. Those who are invested in a Bitcoin currency, okay, in cryptocurrencies, they have given good returns. Okay, but our Indian government says that, Reserve Bank of India says that don't invest in cryptocurrencies, okay, in digital form of currencies. Okay, other cryptocurrencies are independent. Like again, you can see altcoin is there, tokens and apps are there. These all are cryptocurrencies. Okay, Bitcoin, altcoin, token, apps, token or apps. These three are a type of cryptocurrencies. Okay, the features of cryptocurrency. Okay, cryptocurrency, the transaction of cryptocurrency are irreversible. Okay, irreversible. Sorry, irreversible. The currency, whatever transaction you did, and the transaction is irreversible. Okay, you are not going to reverse that. Irreversible transactions are there in the cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrencies are very secure. Okay, cryptocurrencies are very secure, or it has a strong digital form they were going to use, and strong digital codes they were going to use while doing a transaction, and these all transactions are recorded in a ledger. Okay, it is also a digital form of ledger. They are going to record your all types of cryptocurrency transaction. There is no need for permission. You never have to take anyone's permission while doing a transaction in a cryptocurrency. Okay, you are buying and selling of the commodities. You don't have to take any permission from the authorities, you can say. Okay, then no, there is no need for permission of any of the authorities for the trading or buying and selling of cryptocurrency. And cryptocurrencies are super fast. You can do very fast, like all over the globe. These currencies are there. Like I have told you already, the Bitcoin is one of the most used currency throughout the globe. Okay, digital currency. Okay, cryptocurrency market is the global market where geographical boundaries do not limit the functioning of market. Okay, say it will not going to, like in cryptocurrency, the geographical area is wide. You can say it will never have any boundaries. All over the globe, the cryptocurrencies were accepted. Okay, these currencies don't care about the specific locations. Okay, geographical locations they don't have. Anyone can do. Okay, individual can use cryptocurrencies to any person living in another part of the world, like anyone who is living in another part of world, or there's no any geographical boundaries are there for the cryptocurrency. It is so fast and no geographical boundaries. Real world identifiers, it can be hidden. Identities, sorry, real world identities can be hidden. Okay, the person to whom you are doing a transaction, these two are the other party is hidden for the doing a transaction in cryptocurrency. Individual need not to disclose his real identity, as they can avail the advantage of market just by providing their address. Okay, just we will provide our cryptocurrency address, then they were going to do a trading, but we don't provide the whole information or personal information. Individual did not need to give his personal identity, okay, to real world. What I'm not going to mention, but I will mention my number, and then you can do a transactions. Okay, this is there in the cryptocurrency. These are the some of the features of cryptocurrency. The transactions are irreversible, or okay, cannot be reversible, this transaction in cryptocurrencies. Okay, cryptocurrencies are very secure. Okay, cryptocurrencies are very secure, you can say. These currencies are like I have already told you in the last slide, these currencies are strong. Cryptography is used to secure transaction records, you can say. Strong transaction record or cryptography, or strong password were used for this currency. Again, one thing I will tell you, if you are invested in cryptocurrency, okay, and you have forgotten your password, digital coins password you have forgotten, your all money is gone. Okay, what I'm telling you, if you have forgotten your cryptocurrency's password, then your digital currency is gone. Okay, that is there in the cryptocurrency. These types of risk we have to bear in the cryptocurrency. Okay, these are the types of cryptocurrency: Bitcoin, altcoin, tokens. That is, tokens also known as apps. This Bitcoin, this cryptocurrency was the first blockchain, you can say, first cryptocurrency blockchain, first cryptocurrency. Okay, it has a broader categories, you can say. This cryptocurrencies are there, but Bitcoin is famous in that. The altcoin, Neo, Litecoin, Cardano are solid example of altcoins. Okay, these are some of the currencies are there for the doing buying and trading. Then tokens are known as Civic, BitDegree, vPower are the examples of tokens. Okay, tokens, Civic, these are the types of currencies, you can say. Okay, now next part we are going to see creating an investment portfolio. See here how we are going to create the investment portfolio. Okay, portfolio, creation of portfolio means what? Creation of portfolio means creation of portfolio here means we are gradually creating portfolio which gives higher possible returns with a lower risk. That portfolio we are creating. The portfolio construction is to create a portfolio which gives highest possible returns with the lowest risk. Such portfolio is called as optimal portfolio. We have to create a portfolio which will give you good returns, high possible returns, and the risk is low. Okay, that particular portfolio is known as optimal portfolio. Okay, creating optimal portfolio as per the objectives of individual investors is known as the main part of any modern investment process. This is known as any investors, he want to create a optimal portfolio. Okay, like he never invests all these savings in the particular one asset or particular one instruments. He will invest in different types of instruments, like I will invest in equities, I will invest in bonds, I will invest in gold also. Okay, I will invest in real estate, I will invest in mutual funds. My portfolio is diversified. Okay, your portfolio, optimal portfolio when we are going to achieve, when we have diversified portfolio and we are achieving the high returns from the with the low risk, that we are going to achieve in the optimal portfolio. Okay, student, just one.
Yes.
The portfolio which gives higher return and with low risk. Okay, this portfolio you are going to create gradually, immediately, today itself you are not going to create. It will take a time to create that portfolio. Investor needs to maximize their savings by getting more returns. The different investments has different types of risk, like we have seen in previous classes, that The different types of risk are associated with the different types of investment avenues. Like in money market instrument, treasury bill, there is no risk, but returns are low. You have to design your portfolio, you have to create your portfolio where if your needs are to get high returns, you can prepare a portfolio like that only. Okay, you can invest your all your say investments in the equities, then you are going to create a portfolio which is gives good returns. It depends upon individual investors objective. Again, I am telling you, creating an investment portfolio, it is a graduate, means it is depends on investors objective. What objective, why he is investing. On that basis we have to create the portfolio. The return can be in the kind of in a portfolio, the return can be just 1 minute. Hello. Hello. Yes, students, all of you are able to view my screen. Okay.
Yes,
The
sir.
creating an investment portfolio, it is depend on the investor's objective. Okay, investor objective, what investor's objective is there, he want a steady return, we will create a portfolio for him which gives you steady return. Okay, steady return means we are going to invest all his investment in debts, okay, in a bonds or in a debentures, or you can say a portfolio construction is framed, it is formed to ensure the allocation of investment strategies and managers, okay, who are going to manage the risk and returns, okay, according to the objective of investors. We are going to prepare a portfolio. Always we are going to consider the risk and return factors while creating a portfolio. We should have a portfolio in diversified investments are there in the portfolio. Okay, the proper understanding of what risk we are going to face, what risk we are going to accept while investing in the particular stock or particular investment avenues, you can say. We have to consider that, and according to the objective is important of the investor. According to the objective of investors, we have to create a portfolio. Okay, this is all about creating a portfolio. There are the approaches are there for creating a portfolio. Okay, like a traditional approach. Okay, under traditional approach, the financial plan of individual is evaluated with regard to individual needs in terms of income and capital appreciation, and appropriate securities are selected to meet these needs. See, a student in traditional portfolio, what they were going to do, they were going to know the financial plan, or they're going to they're going to evaluate the individual financial plan. Okay, and then regard what needs are there of individual, then in terms of their needs of individual, they were going to prepare the portfolio. Okay, in terms of income, regular income they want, in terms of they want capital appreciation, they want a particular securities to be selected for their investment, the investors. According to on that basis, they were going to create a portfolio. Okay, in traditional approach. Okay, there are two primary objectives of there while building a portfolio. First is an asset allocation. Okay, two objectives are there for any portfolio creation. Okay, it may be a traditional or modern portfolio creation. Two objectives are there for any portfolio creation. First is asset allocation. Asset allocation, it involves investing capital in various assets like equity, debt, commodities, etc. And we will don't stick to the single class of asset. We will invest all different types of assets. Okay, fund selection. These involves making decisions regarding how much funds should be invested in each of the selected asset. Okay, this asset allocation and fund selection, in which fund we have to invest. Okay, these two are the important approaches, or these two are the important points to creating a portfolio or construction of portfolio. Okay, in traditional approach we have seen, we under this traditional approach, the financial plan of an individual is evaluated. What financial plan he in his mind, how much income he want, how much capital appreciation he want, and he has selected appropriate securities are selected for, then we will select the appropriate securities. Or someone says that I want to invest my funds in the particular instrument, particular securities only, then that particular plan also we have to consider of individuals. Then we have to decide then we have to create the portfolio according to the needs, and it will going to meet the demands, or it will going to fulfill the needs of the individual investors. Okay, that we can do. Analysis of next is point, just 1 minute. Next is we have to analyze, just 1 minute. We have to analyze the constraints. Okay, constraint, what constraint they're going to face, analyze the constraint, which type of constraint we are going to face, that all we have to analyze. Okay, like you can see in it, analysis of constraint involves of the investor within which objective will be formulated, what objective will be formulated, why he is investing. We have to estimate, we have to establish the investment objective. Analysis of constraint, here we have to establish first in that we have to establish the investment objective, why he is investing in the fund, what is the reason behind that, why he is making an investment. We have to establish the objective. Okay, establishment of objective, uh, objective center, we will identify the investor's risk return profile. We will determine how much risk the investor is willing to take. Okay, we are going to how much volatility the investor will be withstand, means there is a ups and downs in the particular securities, or in particular market, in commodity market, or you can say real estate market, he is able to survive or not. We will consider all these points. We will consider his current income. Okay, we will consider his current income. Okay, just 1 minute, students. Hello, students. Now there is a examination form filling is going on. I will get a many calls from students. Okay, those who are having difficulties, but for just be concentrated on our topic. That is, we are going to create an investment portfolio. Okay, we have to analyze the constraint, what constraint he is facing. Okay, what constraint he is facing. Okay, like constraint, you can say how much income needs he required. Okay, like we have to formulate his objectives. Okay, and we see that his income need, liquidity needs of the investors. Okay, safety, okay, safety of his principles or time horizon. Okay, tax consideration, or we will see this all types of constraints which are going to affect our investment decision. Okay, then we will establish a investment objectives. Investment objectives, why he is investing, what is the objective of his investment. Okay, he is able to face the volatility in the particular market. Okay, we will identify his risk return portfolio profile, sorry, we will identify his risk return profile. Okay, once we will design the then once we will created the objective of the investor, then we will see that how much is the current income, growth in income, how much he want, how much capital appreciation we want, he want, that all we are going to see, and we will decide the objective. Okay, then we have to determine the asset allocation. Asset allocation, okay, portfolio is designed in his according to the needs of the investors, what is the objective. Okay, we have caution about, we have to caution about, how much we have to invest in the particular sector or particular instruments, you can say. Okay, like particular allocation, asset allocation, maybe asset allocation means equities and debt, how much will be allocation, how much will be in fixed income securities allocation. Okay, see here, like someone will decide I want to invest a 60% in equities and 30% in fixed income securities, 30 plus 60 90. Then 10% he will invest in alternative investment. Sometime he will invest in fixed deposits, fixed income securities, or sometime he will invest in equities. Okay, asset allocation, we have to select the securities which is the and we have to analyze and we have to select as per the individual securities. The specific securities to be purchased are purchased are identified. For example, we have to invest in, like take an example, we want to invest in 60% in equities. In equities, which types of stocks we have to select? We have to analyze that, all the things. We have to determine how much, we have to determine the asset allocation simply. How much we have to invest in equities, how much we have to invest in debt, or how much we have to invest in real estate. Likewise, anything you can consider, you have to decide your asset allocation. Okay, in the creating a traditional approach, traditional investment portfolio as per traditional approach, that you have to decide that. Third is the risk and return analysis. In traditional approach to portfolio building has some basic assumptions. Okay, first is that individual refer longer to smaller returns. Okay, sorry. Investors prefers a larger return to smaller returns from securities. To achieve this goal, investor has to take a more risk. Okay, and the ability to achieve higher return is depend on the ability of ability to judge the risk and his ability to take a specific risk. See here, in a traditional approach, there are individual refers to required a larger return to smaller returns from my securities. Okay, he always want a larger returns. The larger returns he want, then he has to able to take a higher risk. Okay, and he has to able to take a specific risk. This risk may be like interest rate risk, purchasing power risk. Okay, financial risk, you can say market risk. These all types of risk he has to take, then he can able to achieve his returns, higher returns. Then next point is diversification. Diversification it involves like designing a portfolio, weights to different securities. We have to give weightage to different securities on the basis of which the portfolio is diversified. We have to have a diversified the portfolio. Diversification is done on the basis of investor needs of income and his risk bearing capacity. How much risk he want to take, on that basis we have to prepare a portfolio with a diversification. Like some stocks, some funds we have to invest in the equity, some funds we have to invest in the particular stock, particular instruments, that we can do in that. Diversification means we have to diversify his investment in all the securities. Okay, like you can take an equities, you can say, or number of equities. There are like in particular sector, cement sector we want to invest. In cement sector, how many companies are there? In all the companies we are going to invest. Suppose you want to invest in a pharma sector, we are not going to stick to the only one single pharma company. We are going to invest in the all pharma sectors. Okay, but firstly we have to know the objective of investors. According to his objective, according to his risk taking capacity, according to his risk bearing capacity, according to his needs, we have to diversify our portfolio. Okay, students, anyone have any doubts in this?
No, sir.
Hello. Yeah. Next point is modern approach. In modern, the portfolio construction is also known as Markowitz approach, emphasis on selection of securities on the basis of risk return analysis. Okay, in modern approach of investment portfolio construction is known as Markowitz approach. Okay, the selection is depend on the risk and return analysis. The financial plan of individual is audited in terms of risk and returns, and efforts are made to maximize expected returns from the given level of risk. How much risk he is going to take at the current position, and we have to analyze, we have to audit that his plan, individual plan, we have to audit financial plan. Whatever financial plan he has, we have to audit that. Unlike traditional approach, which consists an investor need for income or capital appreciation on the basis of selection of stocks, in the modern approach, in the modern approach takes into account the investor needs from the market returns of dividend and his tolerance of risk, how much risk he is able to take, and we are going to consider the returns for him is as a dividend. Okay, and we have to how much he is a tolerance, how much he is a ability to take a risk on the basis of selection of stock. Returns are usually measured in terms of market returns and dividend. Okay, returns we have to measure in the modern approach the market returns and dividend, and the form of basis of selection of stock, that is the form that will create selecting stocks which we have to invest on the basis of returns. But in the traditional approach, we consider investor needs for income or capital appreciation. We will consider investors' need, but here in the modern approach, we will consider the investor needs from the market. Okay, we are going to consider just investor need, but here in the modern approach, we are going to consider investor needs from the market. What needs from the market? Okay, from the capital market, you can say in terms of dividend, how much is going to take a risk while selecting how much risk tolerance capacity he has, that we are going to see in the modern approach. And an investor may adopt active or passive approach to manage his portfolio. He can adopt active and passive approach. Under the passive approach, the investor holds the securities for previously established operating period, while to achieve an active approach, investors continuous assessment of risk and returns of securities and replace the low performing securities with the high performing securities over time. See here, active and passive approach. Passive approach means we are not going to regularly have changing the portfolio. We will establish a particular period like for 2 years, 3 years. We are going to stick with our own particular portfolio, you can say. But in active approach, you can modify continuously. You can assess the risk and return of securities where you are invested, and you can replace the low performing securities with the high performing securities over time. That you can do in the active approach, you can say. Okay, it is clear, student? Hello.
Yes, sir.
All of you
Yes,
are with
yes.
me?
Yes, sir.
Just 1 minute, student. I will show you one thing. Just 1 minute. Okay, student, just 1 minute. Okay. Now we will see awareness of mis-selling in investment products. Mis-selling means a mis-selling of financial products is a rampant in India. Okay, bank and insurance agents and mutual fund distributors often mis-sell wrong financial products which do not suit the requirements of the client, of his client. Okay, it is a misleading. We are going to get a mislead from the banks and insurance agents, and this financial product is a rampant. You can say in India, these products give good returns. The agents or the mutual fund distributors, they are going to sell that product only. Okay, often mis-selling is of wrong products which is going to happen. Okay, there are many reasons that cause mis-selling of financial products by these intermediaries. Okay, like these intermediaries they were going to sell the wrong products to the clients which are not going to suit for their needs of the client. Okay, one of the point you can say, they were not able to understand the needs of the customer properly. Means I'm not able to understand the needs of the customer, but I will sell the products to the client. Okay, I will sell the investors, but the investor need is different, but I will sell. But you're getting my point. The needs of investors are different and his objective is different, but I am going to sell my product, my investment product to the particular investor. Okay, like banks, they were going to sell the FDs, insurance policies, mutual funds, all the banks will going to sell to the investors or to the customers. They were not going to consider what is the need of the customer. They were not going to analyze they were not going to establish the objective of the investor. Okay, they were not following any types of techniques, but just they will prepare, they will sell their products. Okay, like they were not going to risk profiling, means they were not going to analyze the risk profile of the client or the customer. Just they will sell the product. These are the some of the reasons while there is a mis-selling of investment products to the clients or to the customer, to the investor. And some of the agents, they were gives inappropriate or wrong advice to the customer, inappropriate or wrong advice to the customers in order to earn a commission and sell incentives. Okay, I already told you this agents or this banks or agents and mutual fund distributors, they're going to give the inappropriate advice or wrong advice to the clients. Okay, to earn a high commission or to increase their sale incentives or to increase to get a sales incentives. That's the reason they were going to mislead the clients. Okay, like how we are going to protect from ourselves from misleading of these investment products. Okay, never buy a product aggressively by the means pitched by the agent. Okay, like we never have to buy the product from the agent who is aggressively putting to means pitching to us, or he is forcing to us to buy this product. It is very obvious that the agent who is going to get a commission high commission from the selling that particular product, he always put force to purchase us this particular product. We don't have to buy that particular product. Okay, the product, the agent or the financial advisor or financial service provider who is telling us or means pitching us, or he who is forcing us to purchase that particular product, we don't have to purchase a product. That product means we will going to be protection from, we will protected from the particular misleading of financial product. And again, one example you can say again how we are going to protect from the mis-selling of financial product. Never buy a product which you do not understand anything of the product. Means you do not understand anything of the product, means you are not aware about any knowledge about the commodities market, and don't enter in the commodity market if you don't have any type of knowledge. Okay, means that like again I will tell you this ULIP scheme. The insurance plans are available which are linked with the unit links insurance plan. If you are aware about that, then you can go with that. If you are not aware about that, don't go with that. Okay, like unit link insurance plans, like you have invested 1 lakh rupees, 1 lakh rupees, out of 1 lakh rupees 20,000 rupees they will keep they will use as an insurance cover to your life, and 80,000 they are going to invest in the capital market. Okay, in the share market. If you are able means you are if you are understood the scheme, then you can go with the investment. Otherwise, never buy this particular financial products. Okay, have a check. The means you have to check. You have to have a checklist for your investment. Okay, for your investment means like you require. Hello, students.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
There
sir.
is a light cut. Okay, that is then I have logged off, but again I have logged in, like from my mobile. Okay, you have to prepare a checklist where like you have to see that how much return he has given, you are ready to invest. Okay, you have to see that it is comfortable for you or not, how much investment you have to make, how much returns I am going to get. Okay, I'm my investment is a good, my whatever investment I'm making, that investment the principal is secured only in that, not that particular checklist for your investment you have to make. Okay, how much lock-in period is there, that all you have to check before investing in the any types of product, and it will be protected from you to mis-selling of this particular financial service providers who are selling their product. It will help us, it will protect you. Okay, like you are investing in the particular scheme, you are not aware about the how much is the charges for that product, who is the regulator for that product. Okay, your capital is protected by the particular regulator or not, you are not aware about that, then why you are going to invest in that? Okay, see here, you have to prepare a checklist. Okay, checklist means you have to know that you are investing, where the money is invested, in which sector the money is invested. Okay, how the particular industry or how the particular sector is performing. Okay, who is a regulator for this particular product, how much period I have to invest. Okay, how much period I have to stay with that product. Okay, how much charges are there, how much annual charges are there, how much entry load, exit loads are there. We have to know each of that, then you can take a decision. Or you can feel afterwards you have invested 1 lakh rupees and per year 1 lakh rupees investment plan you have taken, but every year they are going to deduct 20,000 rupees as their charges, and what is the use of that? You have to see that how much charges they are going to charge. Okay, like in many schemes you can take an example, 8,000 rupees directly the financial agent will going to charge. Okay, 8,000 rupees directly with your for your investment. Whatever investment you have made, out of that 8,000 rupees you will charge directly. The company will going to charge. You have, please prepare a checklist for your investment, and it will protect you from mis-selling investment products by the financial service providers. Okay, like never buy financial product when the deadline approaches. Okay, see here, we never have to buy the financial products when the deadline is approaches, like if NFO close tomorrow. Okay, and the financial advisor come to you and ask and will pitch you, and he will force you to purchase the particular product. Okay, because what happens, but he will pitches you and he will ask you to purchase a particular product, and he will force you to purchase the particular product. Then you will see that there is a less demand for his particular product in the market. That's the reason on the last day he came to you and he is asking you to purchase that. He is asking you to purchase that particular product. Okay, then what it is gives you the idea that this product is not performing very well, and that's the reason he's come to you and he is asking you to purchase that particular product. Okay, this is happen in the particular investments avenues. Okay, this will protect you from misleading from financial products. Okay, this will protect you. Okay, when you will have the, like, you have prepared a checklist or you have prepared the and don't buy the product with the deadlines. You can see deadlines are coming, don't buy that. Okay, deadlines are coming, that's the reason the insurance agent, the particular agents comes to you and financial service provider, and he will ask you to purchase that product. Don't buy these types of deadline approaching products, you can see. Okay, just 1 minute, students, hold it out, just 1 minute. स्टूडेंट्स, ऑल ऑफ यू आर एबल टू हियर मी?
यस सर, सर स्लाइड नहीं दिख रहा है।
यस सर, ये स्लाइड नहीं दिख रहा है, मैं मोबाइल से ऑपरेट कर रहा हूँ इसलिए स्लाइड नहीं दिख रहा है. ओके, just I will just slide came, just 1 minute. Okay, I will ask you some simple question, like which criteria to be included in investment criteria to decide investment, to decide to go for investment, which criteria you will prefer? Okay, that may be a risk factor you are going to consider, rate of return or depreciation or liquidity. Which factor you are going to consider when you want to invest in the particular securities? Okay, hello.
Yes sir, liquidity first.
Liquidity first. Okay.
Return.
Rate.
Hello.
Rate of interest.
Rate of interest, return. The return you are going to consider. Okay. Again, one thing I want to ask you: which factor you are not going to consider while taking investment decisions? Which factor you are not going to consider while taking investment decisions? Rate of return, risk, depreciation, and liquidity. Yes. Which factor you are not going to consider while taking investment decisions?
Sir, depreciation.
Depreciation is not there anywhere. We are not going to consider any types of depreciation. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And the risk of investor is measured through volatility in the returns. Okay. And investment with a greater volatility is uh, its returns are likely to be if the volatility is more in the market. Okay, and whatever returns are you are going to get, these returns are less risky returns or more risky returns or profitable or non-profitable. The returns you are going to get, and the market is your investment is a whole volatile. Okay, your investment is a volatile. Returns you are going to get. This is a less risky returns or high risky returns. Returns or
High risk return.
high risk returns. Okay, high risk is there. The volatile returns are there. Means your investment is in high risk. Okay, returns you are getting, but volatile returns. Like in the 2020, I got a 6%, but in at the end of the 2011, I am getting 40%. Means it is a volatile returns I am getting, and it is a high risky, more risky. Okay, it's clear, students. All
Yes,
of you
sir.
with me.
Yes, sir.
Just 1 minute, I am downloading it. Students, I think my voice is annoying. Just 1 minute. Okay, done. Just 1 minute. Yeah. This is all about the personal financial planning. We have completed the chapter number 2. Okay. We have completed chapter number 2. Like basics, these types of questions they are going to ask you. Hello. All of you are able to hear me clearly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just 1 minute. I have operated from my mobile, and there is a too noise coming. Just okay, students. These types of MCQs types of questions they were going to ask you. Okay, the modern approach of portfolio construction is also known as which type of approach? Okay, Markowitz approach. Okay, the modern approach of portfolio construction. It is known as Markowitz approach. On this approach, it has based. Okay, like how to calculate NAV, what do you mean by NFO, okay, what do you mean by systematic investment plan, okay, STP. These types of basic questions they're going to ask you in the examination for MCQ examination. Okay, calculation of NAV you can calculate. Okay, okay, what do you mean by call option? What do you mean by LIBOR? Okay, LIBOR is a what is LIBOR? Student, tell me what is a LIBOR? Anyone? Hello. Hello, students. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yeah, what
Yes,
do you
sir.
mean by LIBOR?
Common benchmark for interest.
Yeah. Tell me. Hello, students.
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by LIBOR?
Common benchmark in for interest.
It is just like a London interbank offered rate. It is a just like a bank rate. Means at the particular rate of interest, the London banks. Okay, there are 3-4 like many banks were there. These banks they were going to interchange their funds, you can say. Okay, the benchmark for them, they were going to what you will do whenever the particular bank requires some funds, they will they will take a loan as per the LIBOR rate. Okay, students,
Yes, sir.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Just 1 minute. Again, there is a light cut happened in the college. Just 1 minute. Okay. Then take an example again. Dash dash is a financial tool which designed to maximize and to eliminate the loss of a life or a property. Okay, dash dash is a financial tool or a financial product is designed to eliminate the risk of loss of life and or property. Okay, it is a insurance or a marketing or management or a bidding.
Insurance.
Insurance. Okay, these types of simple questions they are going to ask you in the examination. Okay, what do you mean by NFO? Okay, this type of basic question they are going to ask you in the examination. Okay, anyone have any doubts in the students? Hello.
No, sir.
What do you mean by cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency means what? Anyone knows? What do you mean by cryptocurrency?
Digital assets, sir.
Okay, highly secured, or we can say there are strong securities there for this cryptocurrency investment. Okay, this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now I am going to end the session, and thank you for attending. And I will take your next class. Okay, if it is possible, I will take next class, or I will take in next sessions, like when we have our next schedule, next class. Anyone can tell me? Check the timetable if you have. On like today, again I will take one class if it is permits me. I will take one class again in today's session. Okay. Thank you for attending. We will post you in a group. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I am going to end this session.
सर हॅलो
Yeah. Tell me.
हा सर ते मॉक टेस्टसाठी काय करायचं म्हणजे आयडी पासवर्ड कोणता टाकायला जुना होता तो का कसा हेलो
सर आप म्यूट हो गए हो.
Just 1 minute. Yes, 1 minute. Okay. You have received password from university. You can do a mock test. Mock test it is not mandatory for all of you. Those who have experience of mock test, how you have to complete the examination, mock examination. They're going to ask general types of questions in that.
सर अजून आलेलं नाहीत मेसेज आम्हाला
तेच कसं आहे माहितीये का, विद्यापीठाने कालच टाकला होता एक सर्क्युलर सर्वांना संध्याकाळी 6:30 की मॉक टेस्ट होणार आहे म्हणून 9 तारखेला 11 वाजता 11 ते 2 या वेळेत. मग आता विद्यापीठाने ते केलं नाही, परंतु आम्ही तर सर्क्युलर टाकायला पाहिजे ना मुलांना. काय आलं तर तुम्ही करा, कारण की जे बॅकलॉग मुलं आहेत त्यांना आलेलं आहे पासवर्ड. म्हणजे 2016ला ज्यांनी म्हणजे पॅटर्न प्रमाणे ऍडमिशन आहे त्यांचं 16ला, तुमचं 19 पॅटर्न आहे ना, इट इज 2019 पॅटर्न. For 2016 pattern, for that students, they have received ID password for the mock examination, and that mock examination password will be same for university examination, final examination. Okay, clear? If you have received, you have to give.
सर एक असा प्रश्न होता ते सर ते मागे जे तुम्ही बॅकग्राऊंड आहे ते ऍप आहे का सर? काय आहे ते?
कुठला?
ते मागे जे बॅकग्राऊंड दिसतंय तुमचं ते
हा
ऍप नाही होतंय काय सर? ते
ऍप न होत नाही, ते तिथे व्हर्च्युअल बॅकग्राऊंड म्हणून असतो. व्हर्च्युअल बॅकग्राऊंड. आता मी बॅकग्राऊंड चेंज करू शकतो, असं काही नाही.
असं आहे काय?
व्हर्च्युअल बॅकग्राऊंड असतो. व्हर्च्युअल बॅकग्राऊंड असतं. आता दुसरं बॅकग्राऊंड करून दाखवतो तुला. थांब.
ओके सर.
सर आणि अजून एक क्वेरी सर.
व्हर्च्युअल बॅकग्राऊंड
सर भारी.
ओके
ओके सर.
सर
हा, सागर.